Catus Maximus here. Never reviewed a Briggs Stratton branded professional quality tool before, but I saw these and thought, why not? It's a 8-piece Torx driver bit set, T10 through T45. Does include the T27. One thing I find interesting is why they call it Torx. Why it's spelled like that? Maybe that's not English. I'm not sure. That just confused me because it's obvious that there's 3 different languages here, and in the red appears to be English, but I've never seen Torx spelt like that before. And it actually says Torx Starbit, so they're actually putting both words in the same sentence. So not only is this just to have my first ever Briggs Stratton video, but the fact that they make tools. But what really caught my eye was this. They're American-made tools. Wow, Briggs Stratton, you're really going whole hog on these. No idea who makes them. They just have branded Briggs Stratton. They do say used for hand tools only. You know, when all other bits seem to be made overseas. Not all. There are some nice bits that are made in the United States. I just thought it was interesting to see something that Briggs Stratton, for people who don't know, they are a very large manufacturer of small engines, lawnmower engines, that type of stuff. They've been around for a very long time. I think maybe 100 years or something. But I don't know if they still are. But at one point, they were, at least in the United States, the largest manufacturer of small horsepower engines. I know that some are better than others. I know a lot of my subscribers who've worked with Briggs Stratton engines will attest to that there are some of them that will make you unhappy, and some of them that just seem to last forever. And so for a company like this, you know, it's just the same thing as Ford or GM. I can't really put that much criticism because GM has actually been selling, General Motors has been selling hand tools for a long time. That is where the Power Torque brand at O'Reilly's Auto Parts came from. They still have GM part numbers. It was General Motors Power Torque tools. So it's always interesting, you know, a company that has nothing, that makes products that have, you know, pretty little to do with tools. They're engines and use tools to work on the engines, but engines and tools are 2 totally different things. And the fact that they're selling tools to work on their own products, and secondly, at least in this case, they're American made, really surprised me. So they are long 4-inch versions. They do seem to have pretty good machining on them. This was a brand new set, so I definitely appreciate that. Actually, along with this, I ended up finding this little Brownells stubby driver, so it kind of went hand in hand, although you wouldn't use a stubby driver with these. Maybe you would. So this goes to show that sometimes what you don't expect, like, oh gosh, you know, some Briggs Stratton branded Torx bits, these things are just going to, you know, be complete trash. Turns out they're American made, and they're actually not too bad at all. I guess the worst thing is that they're not impact rated. Although what I found with most bits is, at least quality ones, and these are being American made, generally will take impact duty just fine. It's just when you don't want to try to use these to build a deck with or something like that. If we take a look at the real small one, oftentimes any defects will show up on the small bits just because the details are so fine. But even on this little T10, really pretty nice. Like the overall design of these, and I think they're pretty cool. So anyway, that was just my little video of some Briggs Stratton US made long stem Torx bits. And that was really the impetus for me buying these, besides them being American made and unique for providing good subject matter for a video, is the fact that they are 4 inches long, so you get a little bit of reach in tight access areas without having to fiddle around with adding adapters and extensions and that type of stuff. And then they came in this neat little vinyl case. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.